Welcome to Saturday Morning Momentum. This is our 2-hour live stream where we come together as a community to work on projects, goals, aims. Maybe you want to finish a book that you only have like 40 pages left, like I do. Or you just want to rest and relax because you had a really rough week and you want to practice some self-care. Power Hour is all about what you want to do. It will include a 1 hour, what we call Power Hour, and hopefully it's uninterrupted so that you really can, use that hour productively and however you're planning to use it. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I'm Kat of Kat's Novel Adventures. And basically, I'm focusing more on reading and personal growth. And anyone who is watching this on replay, we welcome you as well. Let us know what you got up to. I always love when people let me know what they do during Power Hour after the fact. I love that. It's a nice little check-in. It knows it just lets us know that our community is watching after the fact. And I like to know that it was beneficial to you if you did that. And I'm being joined, of course, by my lovely A-team, and they are going to say hello to you this morning as well. Liz?
Hi, everyone. I'm Liz. I watch a lot of movies, I read a lot of books, and sometimes I write about both. And I'm going to throw it to Lee.
My name's Lee. I have a YouTube channel, Dark Roots Creations, where I focus mostly on bookish content and my personal curriculum. How about you, Jen?
I'm Jen. I have a YouTube channel under Horror Literati. I am on Substack under Horror Literati, and I like to read, discuss, analyze, and drive everybody nuts with all my talk around here about the horror genre. So I'm going to kick it over to Kat now.
Yeah, I just want to preface by saying that all of us are having, I don't know, Lee, are you having inclement weather too? Okay, so all of us are having inclement weather at this time. So you're going to maybe hear some thunder, and it may distort our video for today, depending on how it's affecting our Wi-Fi. And there's always a possibility, of course, of losing electricity. So I just want to preface that ahead of time. So if you get some little glitches here or there, that's what's happening. Or if we disappear, just know that Saturday Morning Momentum has officially ended at that point, and we will see you the next time we have it. But I'm just letting y'all, just prefacing that, because the weather has been, just really bad for the last, probably since maybe Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday for us here. Last night, Barry was grilling hamburgers. My dad came up, and we're supposed to be having a crawfish boil today. Andrew and Megan are supposed to be here, so that's going to be interesting with the rain. But yesterday, he was out there grilling hamburgers, and the lightning struck very close, and he had ringing in one ear. That's how close it was and how loud. In fact, my neighbor next door was texting everybody close by, like, is everybody okay? What did it hit? That kind of thing. So, yeah. Anyway, enough of all that weather banana business or whatever.
We have a crawfish boil we're supposed to go to today, too. So,
well, it's going to be our last boil of the season. And the only reason we're doing a third one, well, Barry got a new pot, and he bought that for himself, for his 60th birthday. And he wanted to boil a couple of times. Obviously you get something new, you want to, use it, right? So the two times the first time we did it, he just wanted to test it out. The second time, Andrew was supposed to come, and Andrew and Megan was supposed to come. And then there was some confusion. Megan didn't let him know about her sister's birthday, so they didn't. And I was like, well, with this weekend, Megan's off. You want to try to do it again? Because the longer you wait with crawfish in the season, the harder it is to peel them. And unless you've eaten crawfish and have peeled them, their little exterior, it's hard, like your fingers hurt, after you're peeling quite a few of them. But anyway, I'm hoping that it all works out and everybody enjoys it. I just feel bad for Barry because he's the one that's got to boil it.
Yeah. I'll just be at somebody else's house and they're doing it. So yay.
Yeah, you just have to eat. That's all that you have
Exactly.
to do.
And I can take care of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So how did your week go, Liz, this past week?
My week was pretty good. We had graduation, which is always like my favorite part of the year, and the speakers were so good this year. And then I went on to summer break, so I love that for me as well. And then my highlight was I got to go to tea with Lee, and I had the best time. So I can confirm that she is as wonderful in person as she appears on screen.
Yay! I had no doubt about that. How did you do, Lee? How was your week?
The tea was also my highlight. Hanging out with Liz was amazing. My husband said, "How long do you think that's going to be?" I'm like, "I don't know, an hour and a half." It was 3.5 hours. We were hanging out.
I love it.
My other thing was to continue with the Count of Monte Cristo. I told this story on somebody else's live, but I went back to the library to renew the book. I asked, "When can I check it back out?" She's like, "Oh, right now, if nobody else is getting it, and who else is going to get this book?" 3 other people have this book on hold. I'm like, who's wasting their summer reading The Count of Monte Cristo?
Right.
But apparently they are, so I grabbed a couple middle grade books, and we're here. So
Yay. And Jen?
I had a pretty good week. I got most of my stuff that I wanted to get done. I did my 2 Substack articles, and they're up to read. I have my psychiatric appointment. Did my Tuesday self-care sprints. I scheduled the book club live show for June 14th. And I'm still working to finish the book for that. But I mean, I have till June 14th. But I am over halfway through Parable of the Sower. But I have to read little bits each day and then take a break because
it's heavy.
Damn, it's heavy. And it's like what's happening right now. And we'll leave it at that. And I still need to schedule and make the thumbnail for the July tea party. Like I did the virtual tea party in April. I'm doing another one in July. So they're going to be seasonal. So we'll have one every season. So I still need to do those things. Also, I did do, I don't know if I think I skipped this part. I did do some content planning. So I need to kind of streamline that and decide exactly when I want to film and write the things that I'm planning. So how about you, Pat?
I had a pretty productive week. I mean, I got everything done on my list that I wanted to do, all my intentions. Plus, I filmed a book call yesterday. Now, with that being said, it did take me 2 hours longer than I anticipated, so put me behind with other things I wanted to do, as is the case. But I'm still giving myself the gold star for it because I did it. And the only thing that I have not finished and I have been reading is this Brain Eater Jones book. I swear this is going to be like the bane of my existence. It has taken me forever and a year to read this because I'm reading it strictly with my eyeballs. And it seems like the only time I get to read it is when it's close to bedtime. And I just can't stay awake. It's not that it's not interesting. I think part of it is, I think it's just too long. Like it's going on and on. I'm like, we could have condensed this just a little bit. But I do have 40 pages left. And I hope I can get it done because I have 3 other books that I want to read by the end of this month. One being a zombie book. I do have to have the middle grade one done by Wednesday, and then Cozy Cottage by Saturday, if I even get to attend the Cozy Cottage on Saturday. But I don't know. It's just taken me forever to get through it. I feel like my brain is being eaten and I cannot function. I mean, I finished The Wind Through the Keyhole. And of course I had audio to help with that, but I don't know. I just want it to move along. I want to get like resolved and okay, now what's the end of this mystery kind of thing? I mean, it has been a fun little journey though. Don't get me wrong. It has been a fun little journey. But otherwise, I've been keeping up with my movies. I am now on letter R for my zombie movies and moving right along. I told my dad, he's visiting this weekend. I said, I hate to tell you this, but you're going to be watching zombie movies this weekend. That's all I can say for you. So, and he just looks at me because he does not like horror movies. He's one of these people that the whole time he's commentating about it. Like, that's just dumb. Why did that person do that? I'm like, that's because if they did what we were supposed to do, it wouldn't be a movie, right? So anyway, he's not a good person to watch a horror movie with. So anyway, that was my week. But I mentioned in the Discord, I felt like even though I was busy this week, I felt like this week dragged. It was like, I feel like last week was supposed to be the last week of May. I kept thinking that. And I'm like, no, you got a whole another week to go. So I don't know. I don't know if it's because I want to get to June and I just need to relax a little bit. I think that might be what it is I'm chomping at the bit to get to my summer plans that I want to do. So let's see who's here. Swank is here. Howdy, everyone. Happy Drinking with Chickens Day. Okay. I have to let my friend Carrie know because his girlfriend has chickens and they were actually having drinks in the coop. So that's funny. Happy Lucky Penny Day. Celebrate it while you can. And happy Taffy Day. Very nice. And Shannon's here. Hi. Made friends with the like button. So glad you're here. I'll be working on setting up Facebook ads to my reader magnet this morning. Nice. Good morning, Patrice. And she's saying morning all on my porch enjoying the morning, the bird songs, trees, flowers, and my coffee. That sounds lovely. And coffee cheers from Eleanor. Right back at you. Good morning, Naomi. I am joining today from my bed for now as I am sick. Well, I'm very happy that you're joining us, but I'm sad to hear that you're sick. But I'm also happy to hear that you're taking care of yourself, that you're not pushing yourself and resting. Hello, Kaylin. Long time no see. Hope everyone has a great, productive morning. Allie is here. Hello, everyone. I am reading Rainbow Valley by Ellen Montgomery. I love me some Ellen Montgomery. I haven't read that one. And hi, Allie from Swank. And hello, Em. Good morning. She recently had a birthday. So happy birthday to you, Em. And I was telling them we were about to start. And then some celebration. And hello, Swank. And hello, Alicia. Good morning, Kat, Liz, Lee, and Jen. And good morning, Krista. Good morning, lovelies. I just finished breakfast and I'm ready to go now this morning. Let's do it. Yes, love that enthusiasm. Morning, Jen. How are you? And Kaylin says, I've missed you guys. I'm going to be at Starbucks working on a drawing project, so that will be fun. It does seem like fun. And hi to Alicia. And we have updates in the library rebuild. As I have labeled it, tile is delayed, should be now delivered on May 25th. And the tile install will be June 8th. Very nice. Alicia, I hope you have kind of like, calmed down a little bit, considering you have things in the works, because I know how stressful this has been for you. She's also about to have a birthday, Alicia. Emily's here. Hi, all. Already took out the garbage, picked up a little in the living room, and ordered groceries. I need to be productive today as I have a paper due. Only 2 to 3 pages tomorrow. Yeah. Sometimes it could take you a long time to write 2 to 3 pages on the topic. And hello, Mother Goose Library. I believe, is your name Amy?
Yes.
Okay, Amy. Welcome, Amy. Good morning. I am new to your power hour and I'm ready to get going because I'm having family over for a very rainy indoor picnic. You sound like me with the crawfish board, eating crawfish inside. And hey to Swank. And I am working graduation tomorrow and then it's summer break. Woohoo! I love that for you. And yeah, I just woke up at 2:30 from a phone call for bad weather. Yeah, everybody's getting slammed. Good morning, Kathy. Welcome. Krista says, love an in-person meetup. So glad you gals got together. I'm the same way. My week was good, hot but good. I'm looking forward to a cool, rainy day today. And my week was full of surprises. I got early birthday surprises from Kat, updates on library build stuff, and kiddos only have 4 days left of school. And cool day today in New York. I have a turkey cooking in the oven for dinner. That sounds yummy. Barry also has a pot of beans in the crock pot that's cooking. So I love that. Matthew, good morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Momentum. Working on my reading journal. I love that. And Denise is still laying in bed. I was in the ER with my son till 1:30 a.m. I'm so sorry. He's fine. He went to urgent care because he wasn't feeling well. He passed out and they called an ambulance. Well, I
Oh,
hope he is
goodness.
doing much better. That is very scary, Denise. And Kathy said, reading The 9 Moons of Han Yu and Luli, I guess that's how you pronounce it, for middle grade March book club. Excellent. I got my book and I'm very excited to start it. Picked it up from the library on Wednesday. And Denise said he was treated for an infection and discharged. Excellent. I'm glad that he's on the mend. Jen said, unfortunately, I did not have a good week because my admin are horrible people. Too long of a story to talk it out, but it brought me way down. So I'm not sure of what I'm doing today. I'm so sorry to hear that, Jen. I know what it's like to work for a horrible administrator. I will tell you, and it really does. It does make or break the school atmosphere, and it makes it hard for you to want to go to work and do your job because you've got somebody basically, in my case, dictating over you and was not a good person. Swank says, I finished Zombie Bigfoot and started the sequel, Zombie Billionaire. That's so odd that you go from Zombie Bigfoot to Zombie
Right?
Interesting. M's about 60% through her zombie read, so I'll be tackling that after writing a book review for a cosmic techno thriller I recently finished. Nice. Emily said, oh no to Denise. I hope he feels better soon and that you both can get some rest today. Same. And to Denise, how scary. Hope he feels better soon. So sending hugs. And the week will feel extremely slow for me. The week did feel extremely slow for me also. It's just odd. I don't even know why, because I had lots of things to do, like places to go and stuff, which generally that makes my week feel like it's going to fly. I don't know if it's because I have things that are coming up and it's like I don't know. I can't figure it out. The time continuum thing is weird to me. And then thank you from Jen and love. And hi, Amali, welcome. And hi to Alicia from Allie. Hello, Brian. Nice to see you here. I'm so excited to see some guys here with us this morning.
I did want to say hi to Brian, to Amy, and to Patrice because they were on the live last night, and I did mention this one, so I'm excited to see that they did.
Oh, yay. Very nice. Very, very nice. I appreciate that. Hello, everyone. Have to go into the office this morning. Hope you have a great morning. Same to you, Brian. And hello, Mindy. I have been exhausted this week. I fell asleep at 7 p.m. with no supper on the couch last night, going to have coffee, breakfast, and read during the sprint. You must have been tired.
Mm-hmm.
Yay to Emily. You made it. Yeah, she has. Emily has had some stumbling blocks this year, with her ankle and just a rough year just being a teacher. Mindy said, heading to my great niece's birthday party this afternoon. Looking forward to the 3-day weekend, as I'm sure many people are. Alicia said, yes, things have calmed and I'm glad to see there is progress. Yes, birthday is next Wednesday. The only thing I want to do is clean up the house, but library is holding us back. Yeah, you have to accept it, Alicia, and just know that it's temporary. That's what I try to tell myself. It's temporary, it's temporary, it's temporary. And that usually helps. Back is hurting, so I am slow moving, and I'll be with the neighbor's cats during power hour. I'm taking care of them over the weekend, taking my iPad to read. That's very sweet of you, Molly. And I'm sad about your back not feeling good. Em said, I hope your son is feeling better, to Denise. And hugs to our Jen. And morning all by the way. Morning right back at you. To Jen, I am so sorry. I have worked for far too many horrible admin. My first year teaching, the union talked with the lawyer to see if we had a strong enough harassment suit. Yeah, it's not uncommon. The thing that amazes me about administrators in a school setting is at one time they were teachers. They had to have been a teacher of some kind. And it's like, do you not remember what it was like to be a teacher? It's like they forget. It's like they get a little power and they forget that they first are a human being, and then second, that they were once a teacher. It amazes me. And how do you think the billionaire became a zombie?
Wondering the same thing.
Billionaire went out looking for Bigfoot and got bit by a zombie Bigfoot. That's what I'm thinking. Jen said, yeah, it's just you would think after 13 years that would mean something, but I guess not. Thanks all. That's tough. I hope you can rest and take care of yourself this weekend. Yeah, a big recharge for you. And hi, Molly from Swank. And thanks, Emily. And hello to Allie and Sue. Yes, it was a year. And hello, Molly, Brian, and anyone I miss from Allie. And yeah, I keep reminding myself that it's temporary. I try not to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how it is because for 6 months, Andrew didn't live here because of Hurricane Ida. And that was hard, having, at least he was, staying with his grandmother. But we had all of Andrew's furniture in our living room for that entire 6 months. So nothing like having a mattress in your living room. Just to say we were not entertaining during those 6 months. It was a year. Ankle is still bad. I have doctor appointment this upcoming week and 3 ultrasounds this year to screen for cancer, all negative. Yeah, I hope you can get that ankle situation. It can be a happy ending for you with that. Sending good vibes to Emily. And then thanks for the kind comments, everyone. We love you, Denise. And we're glad you're here, and we're here to support you and send you some positive vibes and prayers. So what are you planning to do for a power hour? Let us know what y'all are doing for power hour if you have not told us already. Liz, what do you want to do?
What do I want to do? I think I want to plan my summer. I'm thinking I want to do my own summer reading program, because I was telling you and I was telling Lee that, there's a classic Pizza Hut that's within driving distance of me. And I thought, well, I should do my own book it, but like an adult version of it. So I want to kind of plan what that's going to look like for me. Because I'm still, when school ended this past week. Yeah, right. Yes. This past week, I was like, I'm just going to take off till Sunday. And then Monday I'll start fresh for the summer and sort of hit the ground running. So I'm just planning a lot, I think, this weekend.
Yeah, I love that idea. It's kind of like, it would be kind of fun if we had a summer reading program, because I remember just like even taking my kids for their summer reading programs at the library, and they'd have their little booklet and they could write in what their little stuff is. And at the end, they'd bring it in and they get a prize based on how many books they did. But also, too, all the little arts and crafts that they would do. Like I still have some of Andrew's arts and crafts, and probably still have some of Barry's. I mean, I keep everything that my kids do. And, I'm eventually going to have to go through it and pick and choose, because neither one of them care that I have, a disc that looks like a fish.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, if it's not out there, we can make it ourselves, right? So that's my thinking anyway.
Yeah, I think it's fun. Yeah, you can definitely do it for yourself. Ooh, are y'all still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I hit something and I don't know what I hit. Okay, let me see if I can get back here, y'all. Okay. Some little white box popped up when I went to go click on the next like to move the comment thing, and just took over my screen. Y'all, I'm afraid to touch anything. I don't know why these things pop up.
I didn't see anything different on my end. Like you didn't go away.
Good, because it was on my end, and I'm like, what is going on?
It's just you.
Yeah, it's just, well, when it's whatever it is. And then also too, StreamYard did something recently where they put this button close to where the last comment is, so it's hard to star it, which I'm like, why? I don't know what that is, and I'm afraid to even touch what that thing is to figure out why it's there. I don't know why. Okay, let's get back to this. What are your intentions, Lee?
I have 2 pages of stuff I need to organize and plan out, but all I really want to do is get back into this book, Wrong Way Home. So,
ooh, is it a middle grade?
Yes, and it's so good so far.
Show me the cover. Oh, The Wrong Way Home. Excellent. It looks good. I love the cover.
So good. Let's get back into it. Go ahead, Jen. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So I am going to be working on some content. Mainly, I'm going to be focusing on, like, I am launching a course for adults through my Substack. The course won't start until the fall, but I do want to go ahead this summer and let people know what we're going to be reading, which here's the good thing. A lot of what I have included is online to be read free, because it's mostly going to be focused on short stories and essays and poetry in case anybody's intimidated about the idea of going into novels. I thought that was a good way to do it with the, shorter content. But I do want to put up, a summer movie list too that's not required, but it'll kind of help people get into the mindset of what kind of stuff is going to be in the course. So I'd like to have that ready for people to watch, and maybe even a playlist. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited. So how about you?
I really need to do some cleaning, is what I need to do. I really need to clean the bathroom. I need to vacuum. That's two things, but I'm kind of afraid to go out of the room just in case something happens here and then I don't realize. So I may just go ahead and work on my office and do some tidying in here, which seems like it's never ending. But I did do my book haul and move those books out, so then I can move my May books up where I need to. So yeah, I mean, I have enough to do in here for an hour that I can do that. And then once we are off, then I can go ahead and do the other things that I wanted to do. But with the weather being the way it is, and it's Murphy's Law. The minute I walk out of this room, then it'll be chaos. And if I stay here, nothing will happen. So, it's the whole umbrella effect. You bring your umbrella, it won't rain. You don't bring the umbrella, you get a deluge from the skies. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And Kathy says to Emily, send in healing vibes. And Swank said doing morning pages and study books and pet my cat. Oh, that's nice. Amy said, I'll be making up the guest bed for my daughter and son-in-law who are staying for the weekend, baking brownies, making macaroni salad, and getting the kitchen and dining room ready for guests. Excellent. Love that. And Krista said, love the idea of an adult book it. I'm going to need you to share more about when you get it set. So fun. I agree. An adult book it. I love that idea. And Emily said, thanks. I had custom inserts made and my foot is still rolling pretty badly. So we're hoping the doctor will write a script for a plastic ankle brace to force my foot straight. I hope so. And me too. I love the Book It Pizza Hut program. You striking a chord this morning, Liz. During Power Hour, I'll be doing my spinner wheel, of course. I don't know how I let things get so bad during the week. My house is a mess right now. Yikes. 16 things on the wheel today, and I'm sure you'll get through at least half of them.
Yeah.
And Allie says, I'm going to see how much progress I can make in Rainbow Valley so I can return the series I am borrowing from my boyfriend's mom. And my plan for Power Hour is to get ready for my day. I like that, Naomi. Take your time because you're sick. And Jen says, I miss the Pizza Hut program so much. I honestly don't know what I'm working on today. So I guess we'll just see. You'll be like me. I'll be puttering around my office. And I thought I saw that Pizza Hut did announce that they are bringing the Book It program back. Liz was saying that to us because so many people miss it.
Yeah, for kids.
Krista said, I really liked Wrong Way Home.
Me too.
And Patrice said, trying to make progress with Yesteryear, reading physical books is slow going, and I'm over 100 pages in and can't figure out where it's going or what it's about.
Someone recommended that to me.
But I've heard so many great things about Yesteryear.
My best friend read it and she hated it.
Wow.
And she never hates books, but she hated that book.
I almost picked that one for my Book of the Month Club selection, and I can't remember if that was what month that was. I don't think it was the month that I picked Molka, but because I picked Molka right away because it was a horror novel, and they hardly seem to have those for Book of the Month. So I was like, let me check this out, and it sounds good. I mean, I didn't pick it just because it was horror, but it sounded good. But yeah, I was on the fence about the Yesteryear one. And Denise is going to get up and make some coffee and read. And Kristen's here. Good morning, Momentum crew. I put group in there for you. Alicia said, I think I still have my Book It pin from when I was a kid. Loved it. And good morning, Jellicle. Was running late, just finished pet chores. It's cold and rainy. Intention, shower, coffee. Finish the last 60 pages of Into the Drowning Deep.
I love that book.
Alicia said, for my power hour, I'm getting dressed, doing some dishes, and getting ready to go see Mando and Grogu with
Yeah.
a friend for her birthday. Is that a new movie that's out?
That's the new Mandalorian Star Wars movie.
Oh, okay. I have not watched that series. So
Oh, it's so good.
I have no idea.
So
And
good.
I loved Yesteryear and what it says. And finishing a most agreeable murder. That's an interesting title. Almost finished last night and fell asleep. Okay, well, it sounds like everybody's got a good plan for Power Hour. So let's go ahead and get our kitty cat up so we can get our kitty cat started. And let's get our banner ready for Power Hour. We want to be all set and ready to go. Okie dokie. Happy Power Hour. Welcome back. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's change that. Okay, I hope everybody did well. I was like the mouse with the cookie. Give a mouse a cookie, and then he asked for a glass of milk. That was me. I went to go start sorting my books, and then I'm like, oh, I should go ahead and start making my list for my May spending. So that's what I started doing. I organized them so I could look. Yep, that's what I ended up doing. So that's what I did during my power hour. I started calculating my book spending, and I thought, oh, this month I'm not going to have spent as much because I got a lot of free books this month. And now it looks like I may have spent more than last month. We'll see. We'll see. I'm trying, y'all. You don't think about how much you spend when it's an individual purchase. That's the thing. At least for me. I think that's where I get caught. Those little individual purchases add up. So how did you do, Liz?
I did really well. I broke out the yellow legal pad, which is when you know I'm serious. So I got like a bunch of little notes done, and I love the planning process of things.
Me too.
So it's really fun for me. But unfortunately, I was too slow. I always try to mute because my dog is afraid of the cat meow. And I missed the cat. I missed muting it, and he jumped up and started running around the room like with zoomies. So I don't know what's happening.
He's like, where's the cat? Where's the cat?
That's exactly it.
Well, very nice. I'm glad you got your planning, or at least started the planning process. How about you, Lee? How did you do?
I did pretty good. I got all of my plans I wanted to get set, planned for next week, planned for today, and then still had time to get about halfway through the book. So
yay, very nice. And Jen is off. So okay, there's Jen. How did you do?
Fine. Sorry about that. I have extra dogs at my house this weekend. I'm dog sitting for my daughter and her husband. So instead of having one dog and two cats, I have three dogs and two cats, and it just got loud. So I got a little bit done with the course I'm working on. I keep overthinking everything and wanting to add all this stuff in, and it's hard to say you can't have everything, but I'm like, we need this perspective, we need that perspective. So yeah, I just gotta take a deep breath and streamline a little bit.
Is it possible that some of the things that you want to include, you could do like a part 2?
I am, yeah. I'm gonna split it up into like different modules. So it's still just like I want everything, and I can't do that and go on for 10 years, you know. So I gotta just kind of say, okay, can't have everything, and just maybe say, if you enjoy this module, check out these other sources, so that way I still have I have mentioned them, even if we don't include them in the course itself per se.
Well, I want to mention, Kristen never did respond to me, but Kristen sent me something pretty cool talking about the summer reading program freebie. She said most is for kiddos, but my library does summer things for adults too. And I told my little brother that he's helping with Barnes and Noble so we can get books for my class next year. So this was one of the slides. I'm going to make myself bigger so I can show y'all. This is like Barnes and Noble's, your local library. Okay, so Pizza Hut, Panda Express. Some of these are just for kids, so I got to figure out which ones are which. But half price books, Books A Million, which I have one of those near me. But some of these will include like for adults also. So I am going to check in for the Barnes and Nobles one because Andrew has one close to his house. And so if adults can participate in that, both of us will benefit from that. And then I need to check Books A Million and see, because I already do the library. But anyway, I think that is pretty cool. And I'll try to share that like maybe in the Discord. I'm sure she'll be okay with it. I mean, it's a public thing. But if I can find out about some of them, which ones are adult, which ones are kids, then that way people will know. But if you have children in your life that you want to get them involved, that would be amazing, to do as well. So, let's see how our friends did. So does anyone know of anyone else doing reading productivity sprints today? I sure do not, Naomi. I would just, when you go to YouTube, if you search reading sprints and productivity sprints, they'll come up, whichever ones are live. But I don't know right off the bat of anybody that's doing them. How about you ladies? Do y'all know of anybody?
Not off the top of my head.
Not today.
Emily said PK over at Book Monsters does sprints from 2 p.m. Central to 7 p.m. Central. Okay, so Bookie Monsters, that would be good. I've gotten quite a bit done, Amy said. I made brownies, got my macaroni salad started, and I'm getting ready for the day. Excellent. Matthew was productive hour for him. Got lots updated in my journal. Excellent. I love that. Gold stars. Still have things on my to-do list, but luckily things will get done before my kids arrive. Same for me. I texted Andrew and was like, what time are you going to be here? And he's like, a little bit before 12. And I'm like, okay, that's perfect. Allie said I got to page 154 in Rainbow Valley by Ellen Montgomery. Excellent. Alicia got dressed, got the dishwasher loaded and started, and finished reading her pages for book club with Six of Crows and read a chapter of her nonfiction finance book. Very nice. Mindy read a zombie short story, Pollution, by Don Webb, and read a bit of Fen Griffin by David Case for Horror Mayhem. Wonderful. And Shannon said I spent a lot of time learning about metapixels because it wasn't something I needed to use with Facebook ads when they ran to Amazon book pages. Yeah, I wouldn't even know what that is. Emily said, got dressed, made my bed, decluttered some bags as I was searching for a clear bag for tomorrow, watched a video for school, picked the topic for my paper, and am now consuming a bagel and cream cheese.
Yummy.
You were very, very busy, Emily. You got a lot done. And can I ask what kind of bagel it was? I love bagels and I can't eat them anymore. Jen said, I did not do much. I made coffee and put laundry in. Hey, that is what you did today, and you get a gold star for it. Em finished writing her book review and will post after proofreading. Yay. I also tended to the family, so I didn't get to reading. Yay. But even so, I mean, you had time with your family and you got your book review done. I'm proud of myself. I did a couple of book reviews this week and I still have 20 to go, but I'm keeping up with my May books.
Making your progress. That's it.
But when you look at it, it's like I have some done from January, some from February, some from March, but nothing totally completed. Denise is still drinking her Neapolitan flavored coffee. And she talked to her sister and read 16 pages. That sounds lovely. Kaylin is still at Starbucks with no earbuds, so I can't hear what y'all are saying, but nope, Power Hour was a productive time for all. I hope you enjoyed your drawing time. That sounds fun. Molly ended up talking to her brother at the cat's house, so no reading. Hey, I think anytime you spend time with family, if it's a meaningful conversation, is wonderful. It's time well spent. Swank finished half her morning pages and half her study books. I'm so tired and weary. The past 2 weeks, I haven't gotten more than 5 or 6 hours a night, and last night was the worst. Sorry to hear that. Sleep is extremely important. Krista had 5 things she checked off of her list from her spinner wheel: vacuum, 10-minute clearing desk, adding books to Goodreads, posting on Patreon, and a 10-minute tidy. Moving a bit slow today, but did make some progress on the wheel. You did.
Awesome.
You did. And that's what you get your gold stars for. Because also, too, I am horrible when it comes to how long it's going to take me to do something. I always think it's going to take less time than it actually does. And so I try just based on the past to kind of gauge it. But or sometimes you are a mouse that wants milk with your cookie and end up going on a tangent too. I know you didn't do that, Krista. I don't know many people that do, but anyway, you get gold stars. And Ukat, your floral notebook is gorgeous. Oh yeah, this is my cheapo Walmart planner that I got. And I was late to getting my, because it ends, it's like an academic planner and it ends in July. And I was late to getting a new one. So I ordered one from Amazon, thinking it was going to be similar, but it's a little bit different. Not as much space, like they have wasted space in it. I'm like, I don't know who designed that calendar, but like you wasted space. Like why you didn't get something from the time you did before? Same company, I guess, just a different brand. And then I like the 2-year one, and I'm like, darn, I wish I would have got the 1 year, knowing that it looks like that. So it'll have to be one of those things like Alicia. It's temporary. I have to accept it and adapt to it, kind of thing. So I have to take my own advice with that, with my planner. But thank you, Em. And Kathy finished her 9 moons of Han Yu and Luli. I really enjoyed it. Excellent. I know Krista is excited to hear that. And oh no, Swank, have you tried melatonin to fix your sleep patterns? It helped me in the past. Melatonin gives me crazy, weird dreams. Like, I think like David Finch dreams. Or David Lynch dreams. David Lynch dreams.
Speaking my language.
I'm telling you, sometimes I have like the weirdest dreams, but I just have to tell you all this. The other night, was it Thursday night? I think it was Thursday night for some bizarre reason, and I can't figure out why because I have no point of reference for it. I can't think of why this would have been. I kept having, like every time I fell back to sleep, somehow I was started dreaming about Frankenstein and something else. But it was like not Frankenstein himself. It was like I kept reminding myself that I had to do something with Frankenstein and whatever the other thing is. I can't remember. You would think I could remember because I dreamt about it like I felt like about 10 times. So every time I woke up, I was kind of like, why am I thinking about this? I don't know. It's very weird when that happens because it wasn't like I had anything with Frankenstein come across my path. I mean, I could see if I had just recently, I don't know. It's weird.
I got to tell y'all real quick this weird dream before we move on. So I know it was because, you know, my daughter Laurel's having a baby and due in October. So I had just talked to her that day. So I was thinking about, you know, her and the baby. And then the next day I had an appointment with my OBGYN. So I know where the dream came from. But I dreamed the night before I went that I went in for my OBGYN appointment. And my doctor said, well, you're pregnant. And I said, Dr. Herrera, that's impossible because I am postmenopausal and Tim had a vasectomy like over 20 years ago. And in the dream, he just looked at me and all he said was, it's one for the books, all right. I woke up the next day and I was like, what in the world?
It's amazing. That is amazing. Oh, so yeah, you know, you were like thinking about, you know, all of that. It mixes up and that's how it comes out. Yeah. I think Swank said, not even the RHPS soundtrack couldn't work. Gonna try and nap after this.
Yeah.
And Allie, I'm going to try it next for the melatonin. Panda Express, yes, please. And Mike is popping in. Hello, Mike. So good to see you. And okay, it helped. Oh, okay. Hope it helps you, Swank. Melatonin. Barnes & Nobles has a buy one, get one 50% on hardcover this weekend and double points for members this weekend. I may have done some damage yesterday. I need to tell Andrew that, although Andrew will put damage on my card if I tell him that. Yeah, because I'm keeping track of, you know, what I'm spending on books for other people. And then something I was thinking about, Jamie won a book out of my Zombie-thon giveaway, and it's a newer book, and I planned on purchasing it from Amazon for her, you know, for whoever won it, because it's the new indie book that I'm reading this year for Rebecca Cuthbertson. And when I was writing it down in my gifts section, I kind of thought, well, you know what? It is a gift per se. However, it is part of a giveaway for my channel. So technically, it doesn't count in my spending. I mean, not that it's going to make that much of a dent overall, because I don't know if there's a cap when it comes to your books when you claim it on taxes. But I was like, I probably need to include it also in that spending. But it's like different spending. It's not really spending that I'm bringing into my house. So I put an asterisk next to it. And I think what I'm going to have to do is count it for tax purposes, but not count it against me as bringing books into my library, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So that's the first time I ever had that situation. So I'm like, yeah, there's all these nuances and everything you got to think about with that. But I want to tell y'all this, if you don't know, and I am going to mention it when I do my May book haul. If you shop physically in a Target store, and y'all may know this already, and you buy a book, and sometimes it works with toys as well. If you buy a book and you go to the cash register and you ask them to look up the online price, they will give you the online price. And it does make a difference because one of the books, I bought 2 books and then my Lifeline's flow chart. I mean, my flow art. And that did not count. So that must have been because it's an art item. It's still like in a book format though. But anyway, that didn't change. But one of my books was like $6.99 and I got it for $6.50. And the other book was $9.99 and I got it for $4.97.
Wow, that's
substantial savings. Also, I know check video games too, because I know Andrew a couple of years ago, he bought a game and it was cheaper online. And he almost thought, you know what, let's just order it online, because it's cheaper. But we asked about it and they were like, no, we have to match your price. So he got his video game for cheaper. So I guess it falls under that games category. But I know that it happens with the game, with some of the toys, because I got one of those book balls. It was cheaper online than in the store, and they gave me the price of it that was online. So
good tip.
Yeah. Anyway, you save money anywhere we can, right? Swanks like Panda Express, and Kathy says to Emily, thanks again thanks going to head to Barnes and Nobles this week and have a gift card to spend. And then Alicia said there is a sprinting spreadsheet, Naomi. Hold on, I'll get the link. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Alicia. I keep forgetting about the sprint. And also too, Kookie's going on. The Kindle readathon with and Nicole, and I think they're doing sprints 24 hours the entire month of May. They have so many hosts in there and it just rotates. I forgot about that until she said that. Naomi says thank you to Emily. Here's the sprinting spreadsheet, Naomi. And I got a shower, got dressed, ate breakfast, took some cold meds, and listened to some of my audiobook. Excellent. Search Cookie Mayhem, 24 for 31. Blueberry bagel with berry cream cheese. Need to eat something so I can take my meds. Yes, that blueberry bagel taste. Taste. It's like I can taste it. No. Sounds delicious. Those were my favorite. I love the Dave's Killer bagels. I think that's what they were called. Eleanor plans to participate in the Summer Book Bingo, which starts June 1st through August 31st to tackle books I already own. Yes, I love Summer Book Bingo. Tiffany is hosting that on Beautiful Minutia. Also, I saw that Sue at Sue Jackson just announced yesterday Big Book Summer is happening again. So anybody that wants to participate in that can double up between that and Summer Book Bingo. I already have books in mind for my Summer Book Bingo. Jellicle took a very long shower, made coffee, empty dishwasher, but only got 10 minutes with my book. Hey, the long shower is what you traded it for. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is temporary, and also it's you are learning what you like and don't like with planners. Exactly. I just need to make sure that I do better. I need to make a note in my planner when to look for my next planner. That's what I have to do. So I can look at it physically in the store. I mean, they give you pictures, but they don't give you all the pictures, you know? So yeah, David Lynch dreams, pass the melatonin, please. And so funny, Jen. Oh my gosh, Jen, that is hilarious. I had a pregnancy dream recently and it totally spooked me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
to me,
literally impossible for me, so I'm okay.
that would be a nightmare
Yeah.
if that happened to me. I'd be like, no. Don't get me wrong, I love babies. I just don't want to take care of one. I don't want one. And Jen said, Jen, that is so funny. You see, you gave everybody a chuckle this morning, Jen. Mike says, I am anti Barnes and Nobles right now after their AI comments. Aw. And Kat, that's so good to know about Target. I'm always picking up books and toys for my little grandson. Yes, definitely do it. I had kind of forgotten about it. One time I had it done, and it was the cashier that brought it to my attention both times. So now that she told me that, and especially about the toys too, I was like, I'm going to do that every time. I mean, it takes them nothing to do it for you. Dee Dee is the current stop on the Kooky Mayhem train. So there it is, Naomi. There it is. Taking care of you. And you're welcome. And oof, that reminds me that I need to take my meds. Well, very good. See, it's a good thing you popped in. Helped you remember your meds this morning, Mike. And I usually start looking at planners around back to school time, and Erin Condren is slowly releasing their new planners. Yeah, these are not fancy. I used to get free ones from Barbarito's Photography. That's how I got turned on to these, because they're thin. And I've tried thicker ones, but I save my planners, and I'm running out of space for that. But I save my planners because it's nice to go back to refer to, especially like when I go visit my doctor, because I keep notes about stuff like that. And then I can give them a timeline if I was doing something specific, or like for scrapbooking. You know, you think that something happened like last month, and it was 2 years ago. Like when I went to the dermatologist and told the dermatologist, oh, it's only been a couple of years. And she said, well, that's 4 years specifically. So I was like, wow, okay. Kat, I like watching planner videos online. People will review different planners and layouts and do a complete flip through. They do the pen test too. Yeah, mine, I write in pencil so I can erase. And yeah, I'm cheap when it comes to my planners. But they do have some cool ones out there. I know I have a friend, my friend Catherine Huggett, they have a planner party every year. They get together, they buy a specific planner with the stickers and all this, stuff. And then they have a party and fill out their planner and put their stickers, which I think is great. And Happy Planners has 30% off and free shipping this weekend. Very nice. Okay, so let's talk about, let's see what M says. I'm going to have a couch coffee date with the hubby. He's leaving for work soon. Thank you for motivation and laughs. Have a great weekend. Bye, Em. Enjoy your hubby. So sweet. And we're going to talk about intentions for next week. So, Liz, what are your intentions?
Well, I've given this a lot of thought because I don't want to get to the end of the summer and have wasted it. So I think what I'm going to do is each week I kind of created pillars for myself, and I want to make sure that I'm doing something to address each pillar each week, if that makes sense. So let's see, what I'll be doing. I'll be doing some writing and some editing. I especially want to focus on a conference abstract. I'm going to do Restart Mobility Physical Therapy, which I think will be helpful. I want to get all my remaining books back on Pango. I found a box that I didn't even know I had, and I was like, so I'm going to put them right on Pango. My cousin asked me if I wanted to come up to the Cape and do like a Mary Oliver weekend with her. And I was like, yes. So I have to see if I can afford it by looking at what the train is costing right now. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that. I have a meeting, and I want to get half of my basement cleaned out. So
very nice. You have a lot. So you're officially finished with school.
Yes.
Okay, very nice. That must be a great feeling.
I mean, it really is.
Did you see how Jen lit up when you mentioned Mary Oliver?
Yes,
Oh, did you?
I did.
I love it. Mary Oliver, I think, is like one of my top 5
Yeah.
poets of all time.
Her poetry is helping me a lot right now. I have devotions, and it's speaking to my heart.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Okay, Lee, what's on the agenda for you this week? You have your intentions set?
Oh, yes, my intentions that I know already I will not get to is 10 miles of cycling, continue with the Count of Monte Cristo, and then the thing I don't want to do, but I will do, is go to my boss's daughter's wedding. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Are you going to be able to go with Marcus, or you have to go solo?
No, he invited Marcus, but also one of the girls that are going, everybody else that's invited has been there for like 20 plus years. The new girl, she's like, oh, he told me that you're going too, so now I'm comfortable. And I'm like, well, now I'm stuck going with you. So not stuck going with her. I'm stuck going, but I'm going with her. So Mark's like, good, I got out of it, and we're gonna be each other's dates. So
Okay, well, that's fun. I mean, you'll be like support.
Yeah.
yes, yeah, me and her. I don't like some of the other people that are going, but whatever. It's not my wedding. So
I can't wait to hear.
Yes.
Well, enjoy a drink and some hors d'oeuvres, and
Mhm.
you two can like do your thing. And I mean, you could go dance in a corner.
Yeah. I love the cat. I
Oh.
love your dance, cat.
You almost
Do
have a
the
little
cat.
bit.
Do the cat.
This is like my chair dance.
Love it.
Yeah, fun.
mm,
Okay, Jen, how about you?
Well, Friday was Rena's last day of school. So most of
Ah,
you know that Rena is severely disabled and developmentally delayed. So summer kind of switches into survival mode for me. I won't be able to put out as many videos. My average on Substack so far on the short time I've been on it is 2 articles a week. That'll probably change to 1 a week. And this week, I'm going to start doing some cleaning in my house a little at a time because that's my summer plan. Because I can't have as much like opportunity to do tasks that really tax my brain power because she's going to need different things and that would interrupt me. And that's just not a good plan. But more manual light labor like cleaning my house, that's a better thing to do when she's home, but I'll still be doing my content, just not as much.
mhm.
And then Friday, Tim and I leave for a week, and Rena has a sitter for the week, so it'll be me and Tim going to, it's only about an hour away from here, but it's Maynard Creek Water Park, and it's not a water park like with all kinds of water stuff. It's more like a campground cabin. We have a cabin for the entire week, one Friday to the next Friday. My dad's actually coming part of the time, which
Nice.
we're really excited. We got him to agree to come a little while. Our kids will be there part of the time too. So sometimes it'll be me and Tim. Sometimes it'll be a whole gathering of kids. And I'll do a little bit of fishing early in the morning before it gets too hot. But a lot of my time, I'm just going to be enjoying myself in the cabin. I will be doing some writing. I will be vlogging some on the trip to kind of show you all what's going on. It'll be very laid back and casual. So I'm really just looking forward to getting away from everything for a week because when I'm in somewhere else, I'm not in my own house. I don't see everything that has to be done. I'm not going to be, I love Rena, but anybody who has, well, children in general, but if you have a child with significant needs, the mental, emotional, and physical strain it puts on you. So to have an entire week where I'm not really responsible for anybody but myself and nothing but a little bit of cleaning when we, make a mess in the cabin, that is like pure heaven to me. So if I did nothing else but sit there and read and write, it's perfect. So got to get through this week and then vacation time.
Yeah, well, it's a nice way for you to kick off the summer for sure.
Yes.
like recharge. And the thing about it is, anybody who has like any kind of a support group, or if you talk to your psychiatrist or a psychologist, they would tell you you have to give yourself time like that.
Absolutely.
You know, and I mean, we learned it, my dad and I, with when my mom was diagnosed with dementia, we went to the support group meetings, and that's one of the things they said. You know, even if you have to have somebody sit with her and you go spend a night, even at a hotel, one of the other members said that's what he would do. He'd get his sister to watch his wife, you know, take care of his wife, and then he'd go to a hotel and he would just relax. He'd go sit by the pool, and he's like, even if it was just for overnight or just for two nights, he's like, it really did make a big difference just to get away and change of scenery, recharge, and then, you know, go back to do what
That's
they have.
what we told my dad too. I mean, my mom, like most of you probably know, my mom's an end stage Parkinson's, and she's on hospice in a long term care facility right now. But my dad, just for him to get out of his house and to go somewhere. So, you know, that's a lot on me with rent a home, you know, watching my mom deteriorate more and more. And then I already am diagnosed with major depressive disorder. So it's a lot. So this week is definitely necessary. Definitely. So I just, you know, I don't want to take over Saturday morning momentum, but I just encourage anybody to reach out if you're struggling, and to make sure that you're taking time for yourself.
Right. I think people feel guilty about taking time for themselves when they're in the midst of something like that, because they feel like it's all going to be on them. But it's honestly better for you to take the breaks, because what ends up happening is you can't function 100% the way you need to. And then you start, I don't know, some people get resentful. Some people start feeling depressed about their situation, or they get so exhausted that they physically can't even handle it. So, you know, that was my takeaway from going to those support group meetings. And that's another thing. If you can attend a support group meeting for free, that's through an organization. If you're going through some kind of difficulty, I am 100% an advocate for that. You know, of course, as long as they're good, it's a good support group meeting. You don't want to go in and not be good. I mean, but at least our experience, it was very good. Every time we left there, we felt empowered, you know, a little more empowered about, yeah, we can do this. We can take care of what's going on, kind of thing. So I do, anybody going through any of that, if you can find a support group, you know, for whatever you're going through, 100% advocate for that. My week this week, I have intentions, and some of these things I know I'll get done because they're appointments, but my husband is on vacation this week, so I'll be spending time with him. And it's supposed to be another rainy week, so there's no telling. Maybe I will do some fun stuff, some things that I'm supposed to be doing off of my 26 for 2026 list. Who knows? But I do need to finish my body block number 4. It's up week, so I only have 2 official workouts, and then I'll do my walking for other exercise. Bailey is supposed to go to the groomer on Monday, but with the weather being bad, I told my husband, we got to kind of think about this, because I can't have her freaking out at the groomers if there's thunder and everything. We have to decide, either we're going to give her sedative to do it, or we may have to cancel. It's on the calendar, but we'll just have to see. You know how weather is. It changes by the minute. I have middle grade March book club Wednesday evening after my sprints that I want to attend. I have to edit my book haul because I filmed that yesterday and I want to edit that. Otherwise, I just need to finish my books that I want to finish at the end. Hopefully, I can attend the Cozy Cottage Book Club, but my husband's company has their family day on Saturday, and the book club falls like within that. So unless he can set me in his office with good Wi-Fi, I might sneak off, go to the book club, and then go back to the family day thing. He said that's totally okay with him. So it'll be sandwiched in between activity. I just won't be able to attend the movie that they have accompanying it. So we'll see, fingers crossed. But with that being said, I want to let everybody know that we are not having Saturday morning momentum on May 30th. However, Lee is going to put our June focus in the accountability corner for everyone to get started on that, because June 1st is on a Monday. I don't know if anybody else is excited about that, but the fact that June 1st is on a Monday makes me so giddy, because I get to decide, and I'm going to be working. That's another thing. Next week, I got to start thinking about my summer plans and my next workout, if I'm going to do a Conqueror challenge during the summer. I don't know. It's like the sky's the limit, right? But the fact that June 1st is on a Monday just makes me so excited. I don't know why. I love a Monday. It's like a fresh thing, even fresher than if it starts on a Wednesday. It's weird, I know, but okay. So Alicia says, my intention for this weekend is going to see the movie with my friend and my reading sprints tomorrow, maybe shift things around in the house. Sounds good. And Naomi said, this week I am off work and it is the second week of my summer semester. I would like to focus on getting better and getting ahead on schoolwork. I hope you can do that. Positive vibes coming your way, Naomi, for that. Alicia said, I will also update my intentions notebook for the week. I will post it on Discord. Excellent. I love seeing people's intentions. Swank still has her planners from high school and college. I'm going to keep to-do list. That's amazing. I don't have my planners from high school and college. Molly said, intentions, get caught up with May readathons, get set up for June readathons, have great first visit with new therapists, and spend time with mom. I love that. And Naomi also has a dental appointment Friday about a potential dental surgery. Yikes. And Emily said, my intention for the week is to do PT exercises each day, do my grad school work, and most importantly, make meals to cook from home and start stocking the freezer with meals. Wow, that is a great idea. I didn't think about that. It's a good idea. Matthew said he's going to try to be more active, even if it's just walking a few times this week. Yes, anything you do is better than nothing, Matthew. Even if you have to walk your house. I know that sounds bizarre, but like if it's rainy before I had my treadmill, I'd walk my house, and you'd be surprised how many steps you can get in just doing that. Allie's paying bills and finish May TBR and start planning June TBR. That's always fun. Emily says, tell us how you feel, Lee. You just have to show up and can take off once the dancing starts.
That's my plan. That's my plan.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Lee. Lee just tells you. She's just very matter of fact. I think that's why we get along very well. She's just matter of fact, tells you. She does not beat around the bush. And I like that. Instead of, pretending, it's all okay.
Pretending is exhausting. I'd rather just tell you it's up front. We're done.
Right.
Yep.
I think so too. The only thing weddings are good for is punch and cake. Incorrect, Swank. And Kathy says, I'll be working on decluttering this week. Been retired a year now and thought I would be further along in the process. Started reading Decluttering at the Speed of Life, and have a good week all. You too, Kathy. But I will tell you something about retiring and taking time off. And this speaks to what Liz was saying earlier about how she doesn't want to get to the end of the summer and feel like she wasted time. And you can get into that predicament being a teacher for sure, because you're so busy the 10 months out of the year that you're working, and there's so much to do that it's sort of like, I'm going to give myself a pass and I'm going to relax today and watch that movie I've been wanting to watch for 3 months or whatever, and before you know it, 3 weeks have gone by and you've watched 30 movies. And I've been there and done that. And same thing when I took a sabbatical, I didn't jump in right away to do all my stuff. I just kind of was, I don't want to say lazy, but I was just like, I have the whole year. And then I think it was like October, and I'm like, your year is really going fast. Like you really gotta try and do something now, because you just never know what's going to be on the horizon. So yeah, I would say, enjoy the time that you had to recharge, and now you'll probably be a speedy person with all the decluttering. Jellicle is going it's going to rain for the next 4 days. So since there is nothing to distract me, my mom and I are going to take a crack at my dollhouse. Woo!
Yeah.
Jellicoe's dollhouse has been her project for some time. I need to get past opening the box and immediately giving up. Yeah, don't do it, Jellicoe. You can do it. Don't
Yes.
get intimidated. Just open the box. That'll be your first step. You know, like you could put into practice what Lee is having us focus on, the 2-minute tidy. You could do the 2-minute unboxing, 2-minute like spreading out directions, a little bit at a time. Yeah, that would be fun. Make yourself a little cocktail that is thematic to the dollhouse. I bet you there's a dollhouse cocktail out there. Don't make
I don't
it
have a dollhouse, but I want that cocktail.
I was going to say, don't make it too strong because you might be
then that's the end of the project.
Yeah, sleeping in the dollhouse. Jen, does she qualify for ESY?
I'm not sure what that is, but you can tell me if you're still here. Thank you.
Jen, hope you have fun. So is there no sprints Tuesday? This Tuesday?
Right? I still plan to sprint this Tuesday. I will not sprint the Tuesday I'm at the cabin because I don't know how good the Wi-Fi would be. Otherwise I would, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough for streaming live. I mean, it's fun for just being online, but you know, it's different when you're streaming. But other than being, you know, gone that week, I plan to go ahead with Tuesday sprints over the summer, with the stipulation that I may have to hop off when I'm talking sometimes if Renan needs me. But I want to keep up my self-care sprints because I'll miss you all, and I want you all to also have that opportunity. So self-care sprints going on as planned for this coming Tuesday.
Excellent. Kathy says, Jen, does she qualify for respite services? Have a wonderful time with your hubby.
We do get reimbursement, like respite reimbursement from Alabama Lifespan. So they give us a portion of money every quarter to help us, you know, to be reimbursed for paying for a sitter for her.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Also, thank you for your vulnerability and honesty, Jen. You do need a break, and that doesn't negate the love that you have for your child, but you can't care for someone when your cup is empty.
Exactly.
Well said, Emily. Well said. That is so true. Jen, hugs to you.
Thank you.
And my workers' comp at work was all because I was nonstop, no breaks, and wore myself out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Happened.
And Mike said, my sister and I did the same when my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and taking care of him when home on hospice and such. Being the caregiver all the time can be so difficult for mental and physical health.
Yeah.
100%. And taking time feels hard sometimes, and it's easy to feel guilty when you do it, but it's so important for many reasons. It is. It really is. And also, too, if you can surround yourself with people that have been through something similar, that helps take away the guilt as well, because you have people that have done it themselves, and they can tell you the mistakes they've made by not doing it, and then what they gained from doing it by taking time for themselves. So, you know, never feel like you can't reach out to your support system and say, hey, I'm feeling kind of guilty about this, and then they're going to tell you, you have nothing to feel guilty about. Take your time if you can do it. And big hugs to Jen. And he says, haven't done anything in my basement since last Saturday. I plan to spend at least an hour a day working on that. Yes. I think things like that is fun if you have some good music that you can listen to, you know, or if you have somebody you can like check in with and say, look, this is what I'm doing. I cleared the spot. I do that with Liz sometimes. Liz, look at my messy scrapbook room. And then I'll take another picture. Look at what I did.
You might get some pictures of my messy basement.
And Molly says, I'm sorry, Jen is putting June Focus where? Oh, Lee is going to be putting the June Focus in Accountability Corner. It is a channel under Saturday Morning Momentum in the Discord. That's where Lee posts all that. She will tell you a little bit of her thought behind, you know, each of the tasks, and give you kind of like some examples of things. And also she'll share what she's doing. which I think is helpful as well. Alicia said, I'm starting to celebrate my birthday week tomorrow, the 30th. I may try to go to Epic Universe, and they celebrated 1 year yesterday, which is amazing that it's been already a year. I feel like they just opened. And you got this, Matthew. And Amy said, weekly intentions are finish a read-along book, walk my elderly dog, write from my Substack, and begin to catalog my personal library. Sounds great. Krista says, I'm working on a project for my 50th year, which starts in July. Kat, I love to get on FaceTime or something to chat. I need your inspo for all your journals. These are just my journals. I don't decorate them. I don't decorate them. It's just my journal that I keep my plan, anything that I do in my life. I live by my planner. So like if somebody wants to do something, I'm like, I have to check my planner first. Like I forgot my calendar the other day when I got my hair cut. It was a rainy day, and that's part of why I forgot it in my car. And I was going to make my massage. But I did find out the lady who does the massage therapy is only there on Fridays. And she seems like she's open pretty regularly. So I got to make that appointment. Y'all got to hold me to that and keep me accountable for that. That's one of the things I'm going to do in June is have my massage. And happy birthday week, Alicia. And Mike said, my weekly intentions are to get back in the gym. Last week was so hot at work that I talked myself out of it, and I need to stop doing that. I also have a lot of cleaning to get done, also reading. Yeah, I think a lot of people are trying to push for their reading since it's the last week. Kristen has chores to catch up on and maybe a party later. Have a bunch of books I'd like to get to and finish. And then Shannon's intentions, revise books 4 through 6 for Bound to the Elements, continue brainstorming novella to accompany my Kickstarter later this year. Very nice. And I need to make more no-sew cat blankets.
Oh.
That sounds fun. ESY extended school year. That's what it stands for, Shannon.
They don't have that here anymore. They did where she could go to summer school, but they don't have it anymore, which I mean, I do live in Alabama, which is like one of the worst states for a lot of things, but it's one of the worst states for people with disabilities. There's just not a lot of resources. We grab what we can, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think we need more resources for so many things. So many things. My sister and I learned that when my mom was diagnosed with dementia. Mm-hmm. There is not enough resources for anyone that has dementia, Alzheimer's, any of that. And it's sad. Jellicle said, I could take a shot after each completed step. Woo!
Yeah.
We'll have to look at Jellicle, her before and after. This is her before picture with her first, everything.
Yeah.
Her after, which her mom would probably have to take the picture.
Yeah, because Jellicle does make all those unique like cocktails and stuff. So
that's what I'm saying. If she does a shot after each one, she might keep going, and then her mom can take a picture of her at the end. She'll probably be laid out on her desk. Krista's intentions this week are to spend time with my print reads, get some walking miles in outside, get caught up on all the editing and reading I'm in the middle of. Also host middle grade March book club meeting on Wednesday evening. And Krista, if you want to FaceTime, we can FaceTime. I'm always up for a good FaceTime to discuss anything that I'm doing. I think it's fun. I think it's fun when like-minded people want to get together and chat about the things that you love doing. And happy birthday week, Alicia. And thanks for sprints. I will miss y'all next Saturday. Well, we'll miss you as well. And Alex said, thanks for sprints. Thank you, Krista, from Alicia. Happy birthday week, Alicia. And what does your shirt say, Kat? Oh, it's Faith Over Fear. Faith Over Fear. This was a t-shirt that was made when my friend Jen that I worked with at Holy Ghost, she had breast cancer. And that was the motto or the mantra that we had, that she came up, that she was going to have faith over fear through her journey to getting, all of her treatment and everything. And I'm happy to say that she went through all of her treatment. This was years ago, and she did wonderful, and she's thriving. So And all that faith helped. Yes, I knew you meant my shirt. And I need to organize my library craft room. It looks like a disaster zone at the moment. I bet you, Mindy, if you sent me a picture, mine looks worse. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Mine, ice cream bar now lives in my scrapbook room. So, what can I say? And for anybody that doesn't know, ice cream bar is my son's snake. So yeah, he now lives in my scrapbook room. Yeah. It's a whole thing. And thank you so much from Jellicle. And my grandmother has Alzheimer's and dementia. It seems like the state isn't the least bit helpful. So no, Tennessee is much better than where you are, Jen.
Yeah.
It's sad. Mindy, I can relate. I have only one bookcase and it's full, but your boy keeps buying books anyways. Hey, everybody here is in that real position except Liz.
I just say buy more bookshelves, I got bookshelves in every room of my house, like literally.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Barry to build my next bookshelf that I got from Target, or put together. He's not building it. He's just assembling it. Thank you to Allie, and then Eleanor. Thank you for being here. The after picture me passed out on the floor. The house will look like a derelict haunted house. I think it would be hilarious, a before and after. You would only have to share it personally with me, Jellicle. I promise I will not ever blackmail you in any way with it. Thank you, ladies, for the Saturday morning momentum. Always a pleasure and motivating. Thank you for being here, Alicia. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And you are welcome, Alicia. And I have to rebuild my bookcases. Yes, I know you do. But your bookcases are going to actually look amazing when they're done. So you got to think you're going to have something better than what you had before. Mm-hmm. Thank you also, Shannon, for being here. I hope that everyone has a wonderful rest of their weekend. Stay safe with the weather and any of your travels. I hope you get your intentions done this week. And if you don't get your intentions done this week, give yourself grace. There was a reason why you didn't. And even if it means that you had to have some self-care, we appreciate you being here, and we will see you not next Saturday, but the following Saturday. So just keep posted on my YouTube channel, Instagram, as well as Discord. And yes, I'm excited for it. I can't wait to be back together and house cleaned. That's going to be wonderful. And thanks again, Mindy, for being here. We appreciate you being here. And we are glad that we can motivate you and give you all a little bit of a laugh today. And take care, everyone. Bye.